old did you think he was?
32?
Thank you.
I'm dead serious.
Wow.
I thought you were closer to my age. Upper 20s, lower 30s.
Really?
You've been 40.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
All right. Welcome to the Committed Pursuit podcast. We are very excited to have a good friend and brother in the Lord who also fights against hell and Satan, as we will get into that. So he's had quite a life, smuggling Bibles, not being able to have kids, adopting, sexual bondage, and even I think you got kicked out of the house for about a week or so. But now he's sitting here restored or on the path to restoration.
On the path to doing better. Yep.
Yes. So welcome to the Committed Pursuit podcast, Zack Yoder.
Thank you.
Where do we want to start? We didn't even really talk about that.
Probably in the beginning. Probably.
In the beginning.
Well, I can tell you how old I am. I was born in 1985.
That
So-
just freaks me out because I always thought you were. I mean, I don't know you that well, but the
Yeah.
few times that I met you and talked with you, I thought you were in your lower 30s or maybe even upper 20s, like close to my age.
That's a compliment.
I had no idea.
Well, if I shave my beard off, I look like a kid.
Yep.
So,
Gotcha.
Same here,
Yeah.
but
Maybe that's my problem.
Well,
yeah.
why don't you start just your childhood? You don't have to get into the weeds about it, but I
Yeah.
mean just like where you grew up and
Who you are and where you came from, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also like if you want to get into it, like how your relationship with your father was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, my dad is a pastor.
So you're a PK.
I'm a PK. Yep.
Yeah.
He was ordained when he was 27.
Oh wow.
Yes, he was young.
I would have been almost a year. I would have been in my second year of ministry already.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay,
And
go on.
so before that was before I was born. So I've always been a PK.
Okay.
I was born. I actually called Mom this morning and talked to her a little bit about to refresh my memory on everything. She said she was sick pretty much her whole pregnancy with me. And so I was born in August, and then in January she went in. She had Cushing's disease, and she had surgery. And then for 4 months I was with other people. Chris and Joanne Miller took me in, and I lived with them for 4 months as a child.
That's brutal. Like
Yeah.
as being an infant and not having your
Not having mom, yeah.
wow.
So that's kind of where it all started. And some people know me as Simon, because that's my first name.
Simon?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Simon Zack Yoder.
So in the trucking world, people know me as Simon, because when I started trucking, there was another Zach there. And so I was like, well, just call me Simon. That's my first name.
Wow.
So I meet some people, they know me as Simon, and other people as Zach. So
So when people call you Simon, do you have a different personality for each name?
No, no, no.
Because that would be funny.
No. Yeah, I've always been a preacher's kid. I remember I grew up on a farm. Dad farmed. Dad sold the cows when I was probably 7 or 8. I faintly remember. I remember the auction. And I cried the evening of the auction because he sold my cow that I had.
Oh.
But I don't think I ever got the money for that cow. I'm a little bitter about that.
Send him a bill now.
Yeah. No, he does plenty for me now, so I can't be mad. My sexual bondage, I probably started looking at pornography, or like I found Mom's JCPenney's catalogs back in the day, and that's where I got my start. That's where it all started.
That is so interesting because that's how I got my start, like in those magazines.
Yeah.
And like, yeah,
You're
found
a curious little boy.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
yeah.
And just I guess I'll say this, like, oh no, go ahead, just go on.
Okay. Interrupt me anytime you want. Um, yeah, and then in teenage years, smartphones weren't out yet. So I had a flip phone. I remember like buying wallpapers on there just to look at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my sister shared a cell phone plan, and she got mad at me for buying all these wallpapers because it costs
Mm-hmm.
money. And I tried to justify myself by saying, "Oh, it's nothing bad, it's cars or whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah. But then growing up, I don't know, we worked a lot because it was farming. Um, Dad always had a hired hand, but the older I got, the more I did. I guess I should say I have two older sisters
Okay.
than me. And then after I was born, they thought mom and dad couldn't have any more kids. And so there's a 7-year gap between me and my brother.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then I have a younger sister than him yet. So there's
Okay.
5 of us.
Very good.
Um,
Uh,
yeah.
So what did your dad do then after
So
he sold the cows?
after he sold the cows, he went to work for Christian Aid
Okay.
Ministries.
Okay.
He did that, and then we crop farmed.
Oh.
And so I got to do a lot of field work. Once I was 16, I took hay to auctions Monday through Thursday, and got to unload a lot of hay.
Wasn't crop farming fun? It always seems
Oh,
fun.
I loved it.
Like I don't like
Just-
the idea of milking
No.
cows, but crop farming.
At the end of our milking, since Dad was in ministry, he moved it to 1 o'clock and 1 o'clock to milk,
Mhm.
so that his evenings were free. So that if he had to go preach somewhere, then he was free to do that. It
Nice.
sucked getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning to milk.
Because you're so tied down. Like
Yeah.
if the cows don't get milked, I actually don't know what happens, but
Well, it's probably not good.
no, probably not. I mean, I don't know. I'm clearly not a farmer, but I don't know what happened.
But yeah, so he sold the cows, went to work for Cam, and that opened up opportunities. He traveled a lot. One of his places was in Liberia that he was involved in.
Where's
you said
that at?
Liberia or
Liberia.
Siberia?
Liberia.
Liberia.
It's South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah, it's like
Siberia.
that's in Africa too, ain't it?
No,
I think that's in Russia.
yeah, that's
Oh,
northern,
okay.
I think. But
I think it's in Russia.
can you pull up a map of Liberia? But you said he went over there for mission.
So he
or-
would. So they had a base there, and he would go over there, and they
I
had
mean, yeah,
Cam had
Cam had a base.
missionaries there,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's West Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a small, and there was a lot of like civil war going on, and so yeah,
Mhm. Wow.
there was. I mean,
Did you ever
Yeah.
go with him?
well,
Mhm.
okay. In 2001, they were, I think it was in between, like the head people of the mission. So Dad had to fill in for 4 months. So he moved our whole family over there for
Oh,
4
wow.
months.
Okay.
So that was in 2001 when I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Monrovia was I think is the capital, maybe not. It was such a long time ago. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lived in Monrovia and kind of in the city,
Uh-huh.
and that was a really good experience for me. Got us out of the country, got to see kind of how poor people lived. I got to go out with some Africans to different camps, to orphanages, and like take food out, rice out, and stuff like
I
that.
see.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
only 16, so I didn't have any worries in the world.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you do any? Were you required to work, or were you just helping out on the
I was
mission, or
just
like
there for fun. I was there
you were
for the
there for?
ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Lebanese are the rich people in that country, and there was a Lebanese man. We got to go out to his farm a couple times, and he
Wow.
like they're to eat a whole fish. I mean, the whole fish is laying out there on the table, and you just dig in. It's crazy.
So quite a different culture
Yes,
than
yes.
Holmes County.
Big culture shock. Yeah, yeah. So that was when I was 16. We moved back. Um, trying to think. In jump to 2007. See, it would have been 2001 when we went over there. Jump to 2007. Um, so my sister in 2005 or 6 went to Thailand.
Okay.
My oldest sister, to serve at a home there where kids from that could not afford to go to a good school. So all these kids would come into town and stay at one place,
Mhm.
and she served there at that home. And basically, they send them to school, and she just helped there in the dorm. It was her and another girl stayed there and just helped out. She was there for 2 years, and then we flew over there to visit, and that kind of lit a spark for mom and dad. And then in 2007, they were asked to be house parents for Global Tribes Outreach in Thailand.
Ah.
And so we all moved over there. It was a 2 year term. And that's where I got into the Bible smuggling. Um,
So before you get into that, up to that point, were you like in as far as your like your sexual bondage, was that just sort of keeping steady or like acting out on a regular basis or
kind of.
or
Before we went, I got my own computer, which was the biggest mistake I could have made. I kind of dabbled here and there. Um, I wouldn't say I got into it really deep,
mm-hmm.
but I wasn't pure either.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gotcha.
it was, yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
you know how it is.
Yeah.
How old were you when up to this
You're
point?
gonna make me do math now. Hang on here.
Because that's interesting. Like having those, like those experiences in those other cultures is
And
like
Thailand, where is Thailand?
that's like all the way.
Southeast Asia.
Southeast
Yeah.
Asia. Is that where at church they were recently? I think actually they took a trip over there to visit a orphanage.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's where that orphanage
Wasn't it in
is or not.
Thailand?
I'm not
Like,
quite
isn't
sure.
that
My wife would probably know, but
close to to Nepal or Himalayan? No, not Himalayans. Is it the Himalayans?
Nepal is over in that
Okay,
area.
Okay.
so
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the right
Okay.
place.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
underneath China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So China, trying to get this right. China, Laos, Vietnam,
Yeah.
Burma.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what other country around there?
Cambodia.
Cambodia is an open country.
Okay, so that's open.
Yeah, but Burma, Vietnam, China. What other one did I
Laos.
say? Lao.
Wow.
Wow. The S is silent.
Geography is not this podcast strong suit.
No, that's
Just
not mine either. I have to look.
Uh,
All those countries around there are closed countries. Like
really? Like so?
they're
like their borders are closed.
no, they're communists. They're not
Uh,
open to Christianity.
Gotcha.
And so GTO had missionaries in all those countries. You need visas for them. And I think they went under like either a student visa or a English teacher. Like they would go into colleges and teach English. And that was a very big thing to teach
Yeah.
English. And
Oh,
that's
wow.
how they stayed in those
And
countries.
Wow. So that's an interesting like. So they started making connection with these students probably,
yeah.
and wow.
And that's how they reached out.
Hey, yeah, you were right with the Himalayans. I would
Yeah.
not have known that was in.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I that was just a guess. Let's just be honest.
You're a,
We
you're a
got-
lot smarter than you think you are.
I don't know. We got the old AI chatbot on
Yeah.
all over that one.
Yeah.
But yeah. So so you said your parents got to be house parents over there.
Yeah. So at the base there, um, so they based in Thailand because that's an open country,
Mm-hmm.
and so teams would come in for like a month. So they had edge guys there. Don't ask me what edge stands for because I don't know.
Yeah.
I should have done my homework before I came. But they had edge guys would serve a 6 months term and take these teams into these closed countries, and you smuggle Bibles in.
So, like, how specifically would they smuggle Bibles in? Like, they would take a backpack in with them?
like a big,
Just
like one of those big hikers.
Oh yeah.
like a frame pack?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah,
And they just chock full of
Some-
Bibles.
you put as many Bibles in, and then you put clothes out around them so you can't see the edges.
Mm.
And when we would fly into countries, we had to stay underneath the weight limit. But we would stand in front of the scales there at the airport and put our foot underneath so we could put more in and try to cheat them. and get
So how does that work? Like,
so-
okay, we're smuggling Bibles, but we're also cheating the city.
Yeah, it's
which,
like...
which everything about smuggling is you're going against the law in that country.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So we broke as many laws as we could.
So you
know.
would take direct tips from all the drug smugglers,
Yeah,
and then just
yeah.
replace the drugs with Bibles.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
And you also said like about with the backpacks, frame packs. Was that a popular thing where people would show up to go hiking
Yeah,
mountains
like
and stuff?
if you travel out in the country in China, they're all over the place.
So it
So
wasn't.
hikers
So it
are all
wasn't.
over.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
just like in where everybody's carrying handbags and you're there with the frame pack.
No,
that would look
no, no.
suspicious.
I mean, our goal was to look like we're gonna go hiking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
that's just what we're doing. And so I would travel with teams and try to go like we would so you would take a trip to either Vietnam or Laos and then you took a trip to China. So it's like a month is roughly 3 to 4 weeks.
So
So you get to travel to two different countries.
okay, so you would go to multiple countries.
Yes.
So you would go. How long would your trip behind the lines, so to speak, if you would go on a trip, how long would you be in that country?
For at least a week.
At least a week.
Yeah.
And then how would you disperse the Bibles?
So they had contacts with underground churches, and they
Gotcha.
would. So once we get in country, you either meet somewhere and get rid of your Bibles, or you like box them up and ship them
Gotcha.
wherever. And
Gotcha.
so, yeah, every month a new team comes in, and you go to. Like half would go, depending how big the team is. If it's a big team, you do half to Vietnam, half to Laos, and then they do southern China and northern China.
That's insane. And you, if I recall this right, a previous time when you were talking about this, you said like when did you go on a train sometimes?
Yeah. Well, it was mostly buses.
Buses, okay.
Yeah.
And you had to like watch these like the was it the policeman whatever or whatever like the shifts that they took.
That was the Hong Kong border, which I'll get into that.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
wow.
So
that's
on
different.
these trips, did you ever like meet resistance?
Yeah.
Okay, so that
Like we got caught with a group. My a group of friends from home came over to visit, and we did a trip to Vietnam. And we took bus from we went to Thailand. Like we took bus all the way to Vietnam from Thailand. We were in Chiang Mai, Thailand, which is the north part.
Okay.
And then we would, I don't know, 20-hour bus ride. You had to go through the Cambodia border and then into Vietnam, and we actually got caught in Vietnam right at the border. They took all our Bibles from us.
so is that what they would do? Because that was my next question. Like,
Yeah.
what would happen? I mean, you weren't
If you
thrown
get
in jail or
if
anything.
you got we never there was one trip we did. It was me, and then they had edge leaders that served like 2-year terms.
Let's ask the chat about what EDGE stands for.
And uh well
Put
look
in Global Tribes Outreach.
and then like E
Like EDGE
Edge.
program.
It's EDGE. Yeah.
um so so the consequences like so you weren't ever really like threatened with physical violence
No.
in that part.
No.
No. Okay. So so they didn't want these Bibles coming in, but they weren't like there were no harsh punishments or anything.
So like they would check your backpack, open it up, and be like, you know what? There's too much truth, love, and forgiveness in here. These got to
Yeah.
go. You know,
Yeah.
we cannot
Yeah.
have that.
Um,
GTO and the EDGE program. It doesn't say what EDGE stands
Edge
for.
It
Ultra
does not.
Charge.
Ultra is they started
Yeah.
after we left Ultra, they opened it up for the female side to do the same thing. That's Ultra, I think.
Gotcha. Go into info once or yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Nah,
It's not a big deal.
we'll just
But
Yeah.
anyways,
close the chat bot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So we where was I? Yeah, so as long we were like as long as the Bibles get in country, then we did our job.
yeah. Yeah.
Because maybe a border guy will start
Yeah.
reading it. Like, what are they gonna do with it? Like, it might just sit there for a couple of years, and somebody might get curious.
Yeah.
Because
I
what
mean-
would you do if you were a border patrol person? You open up a backpack and there's like what 50 of these.
I'm not sure how many we could put in. I should, yeah.
By the way,
We-
thanks, Carlin. I'm using your Bible today. Like, wouldn't you? Okay, what are these guys? They're smuggling books. Like, there's no other book that gets smuggled
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Maybe there's something here. Maybe I'll just check it out.
yeah,
And then
Yeah.
next thing you know, he's smuggling Bibles.
yeah.
Wouldn't
That's-
that be
that's-
something?
That's the goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we did. So you serve on Edge 6 months. You do a couple trips. There's a couple months in there where I know they traveled to India by themselves. I never got to go to India. That always bugged me.
Mm-hmm.
But they did China, and they would learn Chinese, like just the basics. And it is
Like
a
Mandarin.
hard. It is a hard language to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to learn Thai, and I am not that smart, and I gave it up. I'm like, screw this. They have books where you can get in pretty much every country. And they had them there at GTO where you could. It had like the Chinese word and the English word.
Mm.
So you could try. You always took those books along, and you could get your point across
Mhm.
what you wanted.
Gotcha.
and like
Okay.
where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
So
Very good.
But nowadays, couldn't you just speak into like Google Translate or
yeah,
something
yeah.
and be like,
Mm-hmm.
This
But
was before
this
smartphones.
Yeah.
This was way back, you know. Um,
So you were living in Thailand at
yes,
this time. For how long were you living there with your parents?
we stayed there for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
from 2007 to 2009.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
missed the whole recession here in the United States.
Yes. Yes. So
So it says the hardest languages to learn for English speakers is Mandarin, Chinese, Arabic, Japanese, and Korean.
I would throw Thai in there too. It's just because one, it's all in your tone. Like one word can mean 5 different things,
Really?
and like the end of the word, you go up or down or like, well, maybe not 5 different things, but it's close.
Like
And it's just
water,
yeah,
water.
yeah.
Do not try it, please, bro.
It just depends on how you say that word as how
Uh-huh.
what it means. And yeah,
Yeah.
the poor teacher that had to try to teach my family ties. Just, yeah. But my sister learned the alphabet.
Okay.
And she was starting to where she could write in Thai, and that is crazy. Like,
Wow.
but so
What?
and
Go ahead.
I think after maybe 6 months or so, my two oldest sisters they had a nanny program there too,
Mm.
where orphan kids,
Uh-huh.
and they would take care of them until they got adopted.
And I'm gonna pause.
We got pause.
Don't
Well,
pause.
we can take a break.
All right. So we're back from the break. Where were we going?
Oh boy.
Somewhere in
And I
Thailand,
think we
smuggling
had-
Bibles.
Yeah, you were. I think we had gotten. I don't know where you were in the Bible smuggling part, but you had been saying about.
You were living there a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I did over there was
Oh, yeah. I think you were talking about your sister learning the
Oh,
alphabet and being
they
able to
were they were nannies.
write. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
crap.
Uh,
I got a driver calling me, but that's fine. My sisters were
well, we can just keep the break going.
no.
and- Okay.
I'll call him back later.
Okay.
It's Saturday. We don't work on
Past
Saturday.
normal business
Yeah.
hours. Yeah.
And if he hears this, so what? They were nannies over there. They each had a little boy. So one of the moms of the kids got pregnant. She was only 14.
Oh
Sheesh.
wow.
She actually was in the so before when my sister was over there, she was actually going to school in the town that my sister was in at that I don't know what you call it. We call it the compassion home. That's what it's
Okay.
yeah, that's what it's called. It was about 2 hours north of Chiang Mai where we were at. But so one of those girls got pregnant at 14, and so my oldest sister took on her and the child, and they actually lived with us at the compound there. And then the sister, just younger than her, got a kid through the nanny system as well. So we had two little Thai boys running around there, which was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were probably 2 years old when they got adopted then.
Okay.
One went to Ice was Lindsay's. She's just older than me. He went to New Zealand. And Tommy was the boy of the 14-year-old girl. He went to Germany.
Okay.
And he actually came to Ohio about a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, he's like all grown up, and
Ain't that something?
it's crazy.
That is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. My oldest son is actually friends with him now. They chat all the time.
Really?
That's
They-
awesome. That's
They
awesome. Man.
game online, and
Okay.
yeah, it's crazy how that all like came back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Yeah, they did the nanny thing, and then I smuggled Bibles, I guess.
Yeah.
Just casually smuggling
Yeah,
Bibles.
So
yeah.
how long were you there for, and then like where did you go from there?
So we were there for 2 years, from 2007 to 2009.
Okay.
One thing we did over there was one of my best friends now. He was on edge. He's from Montezuma, Georgia. Old guy,
Okay.
old farmer, and we became very good friends, and we're
Mhm.
still friends to this day. Um, he, we went to, so Hong Kong is free, and it borders China through a subway system, and so we would go into Hong Kong, get Bibles, pack them into China, and then box them up and ship them out of a shipping company to different people.
So once you got them over and boxed up, you were
Then,
good.
then we had to take them. So we stayed on the China side because it was cheaper. Hong Kong is very expensive,
Okay.
and they're a lot more modern than China.
Isn't Hong Kong in China?
It borders.
It borders
So
them.
it's its own country? Or?
Yeah,
Hong Kong is its own country.
I
I actually
think
would. I'm not sure if
it was.
let's look that up.
Let's get the chat
Um,
thought.
It says special administrative regions of China.
I mean, they are free. I mean,
Gotcha.
Well, yeah, I
they're
guess
they're
China's
an
not
open
free.
they're an open country.
So they would be like a capitalist free market type deal, or would they be?
I don't know,
Okay.
but they're like tiny compared to China.
Holy.
Yeah,
Gotcha. So they are a little bit. It looks like it's a special region. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I
we
did not know
would.
that.
So and there's that border. There's smugglers. Like there's nothing done but smuggling on that border. So if you get caught at the China border, they would let you keep 3 Bibles, and then what you did, you went and dropped those 3, went back, and went up in and upstairs, and you would have to pay a fine, and they would get everything. They gave you a ticket. You hand your ticket in, pay the fine, and then they give you all your stuff back. You go back over to Hong Kong, flip around, do the exact same thing.
Are you serious?
So we ran that border for a week straight, and we probably 2 to 3 times a day, and we got to kind of know what border patrols, what shift they were on, and when to do it. There was this one lady we called the witch,
Okay.
and like we learned that you never go across when she's on duty, because you can't get through.
Huh.
And so whenever she was on duty, we just would hang out in Hong Kong, or
Yeah.
like
Oh
Good.
wow.
go
That's
eat or
crazy.
something. And yeah, and they have McDonald's in China.
McDonald's in China.
Dude, a hot apple pie and a chocolate sundae hit the spot every time. Oh my gosh, we went through so many apple pies and sundaes over there, but
Yeah.
it was fun.
So
Yeah, we did that for a week straight
wow.
and just ran as much as we could.
That's awesome.
And
So
then,
and then once you had the Bibles in China, there was, I mean, you couldn't probably get them. Like there was, you could ship them anywhere you wanted to.
yeah, we went to we hired a taxi, loaded everything, and I think we shipped like 3 times during that week. We didn't do it all at once
I gotcha.
because, and you'd always take different routes back to your hotel just in case somebody was watching.
Yeah.
That,
Huh.
yeah.
Mhm.
And we didn't travel together. Now, like, there's school kids going back and forth too from China and Hong Kong. You tried to pick a group of, like, you wait until there's a big group going through security, and then you try to blend in and just hammer down through.
Mhm.
And they had scanners there, but they weren't always up and going. So you tried to pick, you know, when they wouldn't. Every once in a while, they'd run their pack through and say, "Hey." And like when they stamped your passport, they're like, "Why are you going back and forth so much?" And it's like, I love your country. I love coming through here. I'm just,
Yeah.
doing business,
Yeah, yeah. Man, that's
So,
awesome. So there's has been some Bibles distributed that you helped, man.
yeah.
That's awesome. You should there's this website where you can go and like buy Bibles or like T-shirts and stuff, and then like everything goes for smuggling Bibles into countries
Oh, yeah.
that doesn't have. But
Were they like small Bibles? Were they just the New Testament? Were they?
I'm pretty sure it was the whole thing, but they were small.
yeah,
Gotcha.
I mean, they have to be small in
Mhm.
order to get a
yeah,
bunch in.
Makes
yeah,
sense.
Um,
very good.
and then we also did a trip to Western China, which is the Tibetan region. They they're bigger. They're they're more. They look kind of like Indian guys. They're
Okay.
bigger. Tibet borders Western China, and I think there's always been a war on who owns Tibet, whatever. I think Tibet is a closed country too,
Gotcha.
but we would take. Um, so this was a trip. The first trip we took out there, we took out there. It was just the two edge leaders and edge guys and me. So there was 5 of us all together. We flew into northern China, and we went. I think it was a 3-day bus ride out, and then we camped out there in tents and like
Wow.
just hiked into different areas. We had shortwave radios that were hand cranked to charge them.
Hmm.
And there's a mission in Malaysia that every night at like the same time they would come on these radios and like preach in their
Really?
Serious.
language. So we were handing these out. We also had MP3 players and little books that would share the Jesus story from like creation to the death of Christ to and
Unbelievable.
resurrection.
That's
Unbelievable.
crazy.
That is
And
crazy.
so we would play these in different towns,
Yeah.
whoever would
Huh.
listen, I guess. And
And like,
our
were these like rustic towns or like without or did they have modern conveniences or?
some of them did. We tried to hit as many like small towns as we could.
Yeah.
Um, anything close to a monastery, we would try to hit.
Yeah.
Just because, yeah, it's Buddhism is their culture,
Yeah.
and so anything that we can get in there, we try to
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very
do
good.
that. The second to last day we were out there, we were gonna hit one more town, I think, on our way back, and we think there was a undercover cop in the group, and we were at our camp that night, and the chief of police came out, and he couldn't talk English. So, with our books and everything, he kind of got his point across that we need to stop what we're doing, and that we're not allowed to leave, and that we need to that he's going to come back the next morning with a translator.
Hmm.
So we hung out. We are trying to figure out, what's our stories need to line up if they question different like different people. Um, the next morning came out, and the translator told us that we got caught. They're going to take us to the biggest town, which was about a day's ride. So they put us all in a little bread van. They're just tiny, tiny
Uh-huh.
little vans. Drove us to the next town, and he was very nice. He didn't like the police, so he told us kind of what to say, and we didn't really have to lie because we did get our like the stuff that we had was from Malaysia. So we just told him that our stuff is not from China, like we got it out of country,
Gotcha.
and he kind of told, I think 2 guys got questioned. I never, thank goodness, I never got questioned because I was crapping my pants.
Yeah.
But we, they questioned us, and then they told us that we needed to leave and get out of the country. Which we had bus tickets to go back the following day. So we asked, like, the guys I traveled with were so tight. I mean, they found the absolute cheapest motels, and they were so tight. And so we were like, well, can we keep our bus tickets? We have to go back.
Yeah.
So we were on hotel arrest. We didn't have to stay at the police station overnight. They let us go back to our motel. And so we were like, well, we have to stay in the motel all day long. And Chinese TV is so boring. There's nothing but like badminton on. It's
Oh,
so
my word.
boring.
Badminton.
And you can't understand a thing.
Yeah.
And so about noon, the chief of police came around. He said he wants to give us a tour of his town. So he was very friendly the following day. And he took us through the monastery there. And like they have prayer wheels and prayer beads that they spin to pray to Buddha. And they also have prayer stones, like in flags. You can only walk, like, there's a mountain of stones, and there's like prayers written on these stones that are carved out. And you can only walk around a certain way. If you walk, like, you're, I don't know, going against Buddha if you walk around the wrong way. But he took us through his whole town. And he just gave us a tour. And the following morning, we got on the bus and headed back, which we were only 2 days out then. And then in the evening, you get to a bus station. They have motels there you stay at. But we were scared we were being followed. So we got a taxi and drove all night to where we flew into.
Gotcha.
I cannot think of the big city that we flew into, but we texted the missionaries there and told them that, like, no contact. We don't want to get you guys involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
And then we flew back to Thailand, and we weren't sure, like, if we were on the list in China. Like, can we get back in? Like, a couple months later, I applied for another China visa to go back, and I was accepted. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
So I actually got to take a team out to the same area we were in.
Okay.
We weren't doing the same thing, but we took Bibles in. Like, every time you went, you took
as many as
you took
could.
as much as you could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was not an option not to go without anything.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I got to go back out and travel with the team out there and just explore.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. Very good.
It's cool.
So yeah.
Wow.
And we took a trip to Burma one time, me and another guy. That was fun, just to explore, see what we could do in there. I never got to go back, never got to take anything in there, but I don't know if anybody did in the future or not. But
Man, you've been everywhere. Like it's that
Right.
like that one Johnny Cash song, been everywhere.
yeah, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. We in 2 years. I mean, 2 years went fast, but we traveled a lot.
So you would have been back stateside by 18 or when you were 18 or
Yeah, no. I was 22.
Oh, you were 22
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
So
You
when
gotta remember, I'm old.
Yeah. So did you move back to the States in 09 or
09,
10?
yeah,
Okay,
9.
09.
Yeah.
when did Okay, so
So in 08, we had to come back to renew our visa. So in Thailand, you can be in Thailand for 3 months without a visa.
okay.
But for our visas to hold for as long as we were there, every 3 months we had to leave. So we would go up to the Burma border. Like, Mom and Dad would make a trip to the Burma border, go over, and just come straight back.
I see.
Every
Gotcha.
3 months.
Huh.
For me, it wasn't a problem. I never had to do that because I traveled so much.
Gotcha.
So
That
I
makes
was always
sense.
out of
Yeah.
the country.
Mm-hmm.
But so when did you meet your wife?
In 2008, we came home for a month
Okay.
to renew our Thai
I
visas.
thought it was around that, or I thought
Yeah.
it was sometime during
Yeah.
that time.
So I met her during that time at church.
Okay. So
And
so she was going to church in this in the
in our
area
area.
that you would.
She moved up the same month we moved to Thailand from South Carolina to help teach school at Maranatha.
I see.
Her uncle Mark was a teacher there,
Okay.
and she moved up to be an aide. I think she ended up teaching kindergarten or something like that when she
Gotcha.
was there
Because you were in a long distance relationship for a while, or
for
like
about 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I asked her if she would want to date me the day before we went back. And well, I always tell her she asked me out.
All right.
I always tell her that she asked me out because I was flirting a lot. And she finally, the day before we went back, she told me, "What, are we gonna date? Are we gonna like enough of this crap?"
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
That's funny.
And so I told her, yeah, I'd want to date you, and then I left for Thailand. So
Just not right now. Like I want to date you, just not
Yeah,
right now.
just now, just-
it's called long distance.
just wait for me.
Yeah. Dude.
I'm worth it.
Were you
Um,
guys Mennonite or were you
Yes.
okay? So
yes,
you were.
we
you were
went
Mennonite.
to Bethel.
Bethel.
Okay.
Yeah. So we came. So I stayed in Thailand for 4 months. Not the entire. So I wasn't in Thailand actually 2 years. I came back early because I had a girlfriend. So I came back
had-
probably a month.
You had a good reason to
earlier.
come back.
Yeah.
You
I had a
were
very
highly
good reason.
motivated.
Yeah. There's this hot girl in Ohio that I want to see. So I came back a month earlier than mom and dad. And my two sisters that had the boys actually stayed longer because
Okay.
they had to wait till they were adopted before they could come home.
Mm-hmm.
But we also worked over there. We had to mow yard. We had a
Okay.
big compound, little 21-inch mower, push mower. Dude, it got hot.
Oh, I imagine.
Oh my gosh. And we loved dry season because the grass wouldn't grow. It was just nice. And yeah, so we would get up early in the morning and mow yard before it got hot. 'Cause it would get hot over there.
How long did you guys date before you got married?
10 months
10 months. Okay.
before we got
Engaged.
engaged. I think it
Was that all long distance, or how long?
No, it
how long were
was-
you over in Thailand while you
I was over there for 4 months.
4 months while you were dating?
Yes.
You weren't listening.
Apparently not. Did I miss
Yeah.
that?
He said
Yeah.
that. already.
Okay. All right.
We had a phone set up over there, or it was like calling a local number. I'm not sure how they did that, but you could talk for 3 hours and then it would shut off. So we got shut off quite a lot. But I got to know her very well just over phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was actually good for us.
Yeah.
Just to talk.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then, so you came back, you got married in what?
2010.
2010.
February 5th, 2010.
So February 5th. So
And it snowed like the dickens here. Actually, some people didn't make it to our wedding in South Carolina because it snowed so bad.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But you were happy because you didn't have to mow grass at
Yeah.
extreme temperatures.
Exactly. And I was married.
And
so-
yeah, that.
I
too.
mean,
Yeah,
any man
yeah.
should be happy about that.
So when you got married, you were still like, as far as your sexual bondage was still,
I
like,
was still in it, yeah.
in like it wasn't like horrible at that time, but
Not-
but it was still somewhat of a cycle.
It was a cycle. I would be good for like a month, and then
Yeah.
I'd fall back
Mhm.
into it, and
Mhm.
yeah.
Did that concern you at that time, taking that into marriage, or
Not really, because I thought when I would
when you
get married, it would take care of
would
it.
take care
And
of it?
that's the biggest lie
Mhm.
you can believe. I mean,
Yeah. So, how long into marriage was it until you guys like either tried having kids or realized that you couldn't, or like
it was
or how
about
did that look?
it was about after about a year we were
About a year.
married.
Okay.
We were like, well, we might as well start having kids.
Mhm.
And yeah, we couldn't. And then we were like, well, let's.
If I'm skipping anything, like as I'm as I'm asking you questions, feel free to
No.
go back and touch
Yeah,
anything you
no,
want. Okay.
So we started. Went to see a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, well, let's. They wanted to check Katie out 1st,
Mhm.
and they were like, well, you're fine. No, we got to check out your husband.
Yeah.
And so I was born. They said, I forget the numbers. It's one in a couple million guys that are born with this.
Okay.
So either a normal man is XXY and I'm just XY,
Okay.
something like that in my genes. So, yeah. And he said, whatever fish you do have, that they're all swimming backwards. Is
Gotcha.
I see.
how he described it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was hard because everybody, all our friends were having kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
here I am the reason why I'm the reason we're not. And that I was bitter at God. And
I'm at like
that took me down bad.
when you found that when you got that news, whenever you found out, how long had you been married already?
A little bit over a year.
A little bit over a year.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
it wasn't
It didn't
that-
take us long
that
to like go to a doctor and try to
and
figure out
to realize
yeah.
what was going on.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But
And that took me down. I mean, that news was hard.
yeah.
I just sat there and cried. I'm like,
Yeah.
what in the world?
Yeah.
Like, we're never gonna have kids. My wife's never gonna be happy because her dream is to be a mom.
Yeah.
And that's probably a good opportunity for the devil to
Oh,
fill
yeah.
you up with lies.
Yeah.
And just
I had so many lies about myself.
Yeah.
Like, you worthless piece of crap. Like,
Mhm.
why in the
Uh-huh.
world are you even here?
Mhm.
You can't make your wife happy. Like, it's just like I had lie upon lie just
Yeah.
into me that I thought
Wow.
about myself. So self-worth was not very high.
I
Mm-hmm.
imagine.
I'm trying to think. Not long after that, she came to me and she's like, "I've always wanted to do foster care. Like that's always been a dream of hers."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "What the heck? Let's do it." I was like, "Whatever. It'll." Mother's Day, we never went to church because it was always too hard for her.
Uh-huh.
And
Wo-
yeah, I would say it might have been a year before we started fostering
Okay.
because we
So
had
about
to
Close to
get
2 years after you got married.
yeah, we had to get licensed,
Mm.
and that took a while. And then once we were licensed, you just had to wait.
Mhm.
When did so you're waiting for fostering, but when did you start trucking then in the future yet, or were you trucking at that point already?
No, I was not trucking
Okay,
at that point.
okay. But
I was I helped. So when we got back from Thailand, Dad didn't really know what he wanted to do,
Mhm.
and so he started a bulk food store.
Oh,
It's down in Dover, Yoder's Hometown Market. Check it out.
nice.
It's a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah. He started that, and I worked for him for about a year.
Okay.
And I finally realized me and Dad are way too much alike. We did not get along at all. It was not it wasn't the
Mhm.
greatest thing. and then I went to Alpine Structures from there. Built mini barns.
Yeah.
Ruined my back. They like prefab walls. We carried those. Holy cow. I killed myself.
Yeah.
But I was only there for about a year, then I went to Provita from there.
Okay.
Sorry, my throat is too much talking. I guess. We started fostering. Our first placement was Miles and TJ, our boys.
Okay. Okay.
State already had custody of them, so it was a sure adoption thing.
Gotcha.
They were 3 and 4 when we got them. I think Miles had just turned 4. It was in November. The people that had them before us, he had liver cancer.
Oh.
Got diagnosed with liver cancer. So they were older.
Mm-hmm.
So
But these two were like their siblings, right?
yes, they
Okay.
are blood
Yeah.
brothers.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I think their birth mom had total about 17 kids,
Oh
Are
my
you
goodness.
serious?
and she has custody of none of them.
Oh wow, that is so sad.
It's
So
yeah.
you were fostering them first.
Yes,
and
we
then
had
you
to
adopted.
foster them.
My wife and I were just talking about this. That has to be extremely difficult
It's
to
not
to foster.
No, anybody can do that.
Because doesn't it like
Arlen, that makes me mad when people talk like that.
okay, well, I mean, you can tell me because I know nothing about the system and how everything works. But it's like you are like so when the mom gives birth, she has all those chemicals in to aid her in the connection with the child. If you foster and adopt, you don't have anything like that, right?
No. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you have to make it's like more of a conscious choice to love them and to show them love,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
That's sort of what I was
You're talking about the emotional connection and like the connection with the
yeah
child and more than like the legalities of it.
yeah
Yeah.
yes
Yeah.
like because it's and I mean not always but a lot of times foster kids come from like troubled homes or troubled
Mhm.
past and they have all this trauma that they're dealing with and they don't like I don't know it appears to me a lot of times the kids don't even know that they have trauma
Yeah.
and they act out in different ways and to voluntarily take that on is one of the most um, admirable things that a couple can do if you ask me to foster kids and then adopt kids
Yeah.
But
and
there is a huge need for that.
mm-hmm.
You guys should try it.
Hey.
My so we have a cousin that have 3 adopted kids now.
Yeah, I think they're 3. Yeah,
and just seeing like some of the struggles and like some of the things that they have to go through
Yeah.
is it I mean it
It is
I believe
not.
it's
It
very
is not
rewarding
always
but
easy.
yeah.
I'll just say that right up front. It is
Yeah.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's more community now in adoption than there ever was. I think so.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Well,
That's good.
just watching, like, I mean, we interact with them a couple times per year.
Yeah, we're not highly involved.
No,
but
like seeing when interacting with them, years ago to now, it's like those kids are so insanely respectful.
Yes.
It's amazing. Like it
Yeah.
honestly is.
You can see or you can tell that well they're parented very very well.
Yes.
And because right when they got adopted, oh man, it was like going into family gathering and stuff. It just turned chaotic as soon as
Mhm.
they got there. But I mean,
Yeah.
I know nobody minded as far as I know. Like
No.
it was expected, and
Yeah.
but just seeing like where they are now, is that something that you could relate to or like
Oh, yeah.
talk to, and like just seeing
We had friends that didn't invite us back because
Are you serious?
my boys were wild.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're both high. Well, Miles especially, he is high energy to this day.
I can see
Like,
that in church when you were at
yeah,
our church.
yes,
I
he
mean,
is. He
bro
is.
was all fired up.
He is high energy. Like,
Yeah.
it takes a lot. He's 16.
Mhm.
He's almost 17, but that dude is high energy, and I make him work all summer long. He works at Mount Hope Fence just to get rid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm like, you got to get up early. You got to go to work
Mhm.
Yeah.
because you got to get rid of energy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's good.
And like, they love him at work.
Yeah.
He works with a bunch of old Amish guys. They love him,
I imagine.
and he's just he fits right in and does his thing, and
Good. Good.
That's awesome.
So,
but
um, just sort of moving a little bit on from, uh, so you guys, those two you got, did when you found out you couldn't have kids, and like going through that process, becoming foster parents, did the like where were you like in your faith journey, or like where were you in relation with God, or like how, because you said something that you got mad at, like you were mad at God like when you found that out, like
yeah,
how did that like lead into something, or how did that like
I my
yes.
relationship with God was not great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was still deep into porn. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I was like, it got worse as time went on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the I wouldn't say I had a great relationship. I didn't read my Bible. I didn't dig into His Word, like
Mm-hmm.
nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just living life the best I could, trying to stay above water.
Yeah.
Um, we once we adopted the boys, uh, trying to think, we got a preemie baby straight from the hospital.
Mm.
Um, and then a cousin reached out of his that wanted to adopt him, and we actually got invited to his first birthday party. So
Oh, nice.
that was really cool to
Yeah.
see him again.
Yeah.
That it was hard. It was hard to give him up. I shed a lot of tears. I'm an emotional guy, I guess. um, but then trying to think, then Anna came along, which is our oldest daughter. She was in a previous foster home, um, and through therapy, they realized that their foster dad was like would threaten to kill her, and so like they moved her out of there as soon as they could.
I see.
And she ended up with us, and state, I think state had custody of her too, or close to it. She, like a normal foster situation, the kids can still see their parents. Their parents are working on a plan. The court's ultimate goal is to get them back with mom and dad,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
in which it should be. A family should
Right.
stay together. But they, I think she was done with visits at the time. And so it didn't take long to adopt her as well. Actually, before her, I should say we got Audrey and Jaden. We had them for 18 months. And Audrey was my world. I mean, she was my little girl. She went with and during that time I started driving truck too.
Mm. Okay.
2016 is when I started to drive truck.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she would go with me to the shop to wash my truck, and just I have pictures of her as just a little tyke hanging out in my
Yeah.
semi, and it was she was my world. And then she went, and during that time Mila was born, which she stayed with mom, and mom got her act together, and they went back,
Okay.
and my world got turned upside down again. Like, I knew that I was gonna adopt this girl, and it was just like devastation to me. Um, I didn't get over that one for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then Anna came along, and we adopted her. And then we had another preemie out of the hospital. And all that was a mix-up between the hospital. We had him for 3 weeks, and he went back. Um, we prayed over that kid like crazy.
Uh-huh.
Never heard from my dad again.
Really?
We have no idea where that kid's at.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were kind of in limbo for a while. We kept up with classes to keep our license. And then we heard, so Audrey's mom moved to Florida to be with her grandma. She said to get away from drugs, but drugs are just as bad down there as they are here. I mean,
Yeah.
drugs are the main reason for foster care is drugs.
Are you serious?
It's just parents get hooked and they can't take care of their kids.
Wow.
So we got word that great grandma couldn't take care of these 3 kids because mom was in jail, and she didn't have an option, but they had to go in foster care in Florida, and they split all 3 of these kids up. And we're like, the kids quit eating; they just wouldn't function. And great grandma was like, I can't take this. Like, bring them back. And we got wind of this, that this is going on. So we got in contact with Florida. Sorry, I can't got a thing in my throat.
That's fine. But, yeah, man, it sounds like there's a lot of back and forth with this fostering.
Yeah. So we got wind of what's going on, and we were like, we want these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we can get them?
Like all 3 of them?
We would have took all 3 if we'd had room, but we didn't have room in the house. So you have to have a bed for each child, and so many kids per room.
Gotcha.
And so, an uncle, they live in Reggersville, said they would take Jaden because they have kids close to the same age.
Okay.
And so great grandma brought all 3 kids up, and we ended up getting Audrey and Mila, our 2 youngest girls, and Jaden is adopted to his uncle,
Nice.
which he calls
Nice.
dad now. Or
Good.
no, great uncle.
Great uncle.
Yeah.
Great,
And
yeah.
we tried to get them together as much as,
Yeah.
like, sometimes I'm like, did we make a mistake? Should we have kept all 3 together? Like, but we try to make so they can see each other
Yeah.
as much as they can.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have cousins that are adopted into an Amish family.
Mm-hmm.
Amish family in Winesburg. And we, like, us 3 families like to get together. And
Yeah.
all the kids can see each other.
Nice.
Very good.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Good deal.
So that's our 5 kids. I wouldn't trade them for anything.
Hey.
Nice. That's
Praise the
awesome.
Lord.
So were you regular churchgoers
Yeah.
through this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to church every Sunday, or most Sundays. It's easy to fake it
Mm-hmm.
in a big
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
Wear your best clothes to church and
Mm-hmm.
show up.
Show it
and
with a
sing
smile on
and-
your face.
Smile and wave.
Yeah, yeah. But I was deeply depressed.
Mm-hmm. What would you? When would you? Sorry to interrupt you, but when would you say like the dark years sort of started, or was that
I would
still
say
coming up?
2018,
Okay.
kind of.
Okay.
We adopted the 2 little girls during COVID,
Mm.
so everything was done over a computer screen. We didn't go into the courtroom. Everything was done online with them. Yeah. So when we had the boys, we lived in Walnut Creek. I bought a house from my uncle,
Okay.
and there was mold in there.
Mm.
And they think that I had mold, like the effects of mold in my system.
I see.
And that when I got COVID, that's why it was so bad.
Oh.
I see. So you
Yeah.
got COVID.
Oh man.
I got COVID.
Wait,
I
wait
got
until
it
you
bad.
hear his story.
I was, yeah. So we could move on to like my depression was bad. I always had the thoughts of like when I was driving down the road in my truck, I was like, what if I just take this thing over to the side of the road and see what happens?
Yeah.
If I'm supposed to live, I'll live.
Mm-hmm.
If not, then great. Nobody has to deal with this jerk anymore.
Mm-hmm. I I had wanted to get into that because like being in that state, in that mental mind, I think, I mean, whatever. I'm going out on a limb here, but I think there's more people there than we actually realize.
Oh yeah.
Because like you said, it's pretty easy to fake it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you've done it over and over for a while, then it gets easier and easier, right?
Oh yeah.
And like, can you speak into that a little bit? Like when you were going through those and when you had those thoughts, like, was there something that kept you from doing it, or were those just like sort of intrusive thoughts that you then sort of just chucked out the window? Or
I would say I chucked him out the window
okay,
because
Mhm.
hell scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't want to go there, you know.
yeah.
I think if I would not have knowledge of heaven and hell, I would have probably done it. But
Gotcha.
I knew I was going to hell. So,
Mhm.
and that was like that's one place I don't want to go.
Yeah.
So I think that's what kept me from doing it
Wow. Yeah.
and saved my boss some insurance money, you know.
Mm.
I think that would have been the least concerning
Yeah.
thing. But,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean I had those thoughts of
Yeah.
like I'm better off not like my wife and kids are better off without me.
That is such a dark, powerful tool that Satan has. Is
Mhm.
implanting that lie to make you think that other people around you that are close to you are better off without you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So in fall of 2021, I got COVID. My grandma had it, and she actually died from it.
Okay.
She had actually broken her hip, and she went in to have hip surgery, and she had COVID too, and she was just too weak to survive.
Okay.
So I sat at home on the couch. I wasn't allowed to go to the funeral, which sucked. I watched everything online, and my
Mhm.
family recorded the graveside service for me, so I could watch that then.
Okay.
But I was at home for a week, and like my oxygen level kept getting low. My wife would like test it on my finger to see. She had one of those testers
One of those.
to see.
Okay.
Yeah. We went into the ER one night. Nights were the worst because I couldn't sleep, and went into the ER. Trying to think, they gave me a steroid the first night, sent me home, and they said if my oxygen gets below 90 to bring me back in. So the following night we went back in, and they decided to keep me. And they said they'll keep me for a week and put me on some for drug that takes a week. And so I wasn't in ICU yet. For about 4 days I was there. And a guy kept in and said, "You gotta get up and walk. Get out of bed and walk. Walk around the room." And they brought me a pedaling thing. I sat on a chair and pedaled all day long just to try to get me going. Because they say if you lay here, you are gonna die.
Really.
serious.
And then after 4 days, they moved me into ICU where they could watch me all the time and put me on a breathing machine.
Because your oxygen just kept on.
Yeah,
Like, it didn't
kept
pick up,
dropping.
yeah.
Wasn't getting any better. They let Katie, my wife, stay in the room with me, which was very nice.
Yeah.
She said the first night that I was on oxygen, I tried to rip it off like 3 times in my sleep. And I mean, you got a big old mask on your face. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine.
And then they decided they can't help me there, that I need to go on the ventilator, which I had no idea what that was. That as soon as a bed opens up in Cleveland Clinic, they'll take me up there. So about 3 hours later, they came back and said there's a bed that opened up. I remember mom and dad coming in to see me, just faintly. But I remember the helicopter ride up there, the whole thing. I couldn't see out though. That's what sucked.
Yeah.
They
But
they don't let you
Wow.
see out. I'm like,
Wow.
dude, I want to look. You know?
Yeah. Open the door.
Yeah.
Let
Like,
me get a little breathing.
So you were like you were still like you were
I
with
was
it.
with it then. The life flight right up there. Remember getting into the hospital room up there. It was so cold. They
Mhm.
had it freezing in there.
I would feel good
And
about now.
I had, dude,
I'm warm.
I about got chills. um, I remember having shorts on. I asked my wife. I said, I need shorts underneath this gown. I'm not going up there butt naked. The first thing they did was rip those shorts off. I'm like, dude, seriously, I'm exposed here. And he said, we need you just in a gown, just in case something happens.
Yeah.
So, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And my dear mother got a motel room up there in Cleveland. And she stayed up there the entire time I was in the hospital up there.
Are you
Wow.
serious?
How long
Mhm.
were you in the hospital up there?
I think it was about 6 days.
Ooh.
They said they don't have any choice but to put me on the ventilator, which I still didn't know what it was. No idea. They said I'll be out of it. I have a 50-50 shot of making it. They said men your age are dying left and right up here. And so they we did like a FaceTime with my family
Mm-hmm.
before, and the only thing I remember from that is my brother telling me that he wants to see me again and not in a box. That's the only thing I remember
Wow.
from that conversation. And so what they do is they put a huge tube down your throat. That thing is like that long. And it breathes for you.
I see.
And my wife said it took 6 people to flip me. They flipped me over my stomach, and I laid with one arm up here and one arm down on my side. And she said every couple of hours they would come in and move my arms around and turn my head. They let her stay in the hospital room from 7:30 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. And I was on the ventilator for 3 days. And she said you would hear the machine go and then see my chest move.
Oh.
So it was basically breathing for me.
So, were you, like you said, you had a 50-50 shot, or they told you had a 50-50 shot to make
Yeah.
it. Were you, like, prepared to die?
No, not at all.
So you might still be getting to this, but when did you make that? Like, when didn't you make like a vow to God or something, or like didn't you say, if you get me through this?
Yeah. Before I went on, I
The
was like,
ventilator.
you get me through this, and then I'm all yours. And I didn't know what that meant. Like, no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
And God was like, I bet.
Yeah.
So
Pretty much. Yeah.
because today you have a little bit clearer picture of what
Oh
that
yes,
looks
I have
like.
a very clear picture of what
That's awesome.
what those words meant.
That's awesome.
So about the third day that I was on the ventilator, they a group of truck drivers got together and came up.
Mm.
And they could not get into the hospital, but they out on the front lawn they prayed.
Wow.
And my wife went out there. I still have pictures of them all up there.
That's insane.
Yeah. and they prayed, and like that night, everything turned. It is only God that can do that.
Wow.
Like that is when things started to get better.
Mm-hmm.
The following day, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna start waking him up."
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember waking up, and my wife is sitting beside me, and there's a nurse in there, and they were talking about COVID. And the nurse was saying, no, my wife was saying that she doesn't like peanut butter anymore because she can't stand the taste. I love peanut butter. Jif peanut butter. It is the best. Any natural stuff, I hate it.
Oh, come on.
You haven't had
No,
good natural peanut butter then.
no. I grew up with
Ah.
Jif peanut butter, and I like that. I love that stuff. That on pancakes, oh my gosh, just load it on. That's probably why I'm so fat. My sister says it's gonna kill you, and I'm like, I'm gonna die anyway. So might as well die enjoying my peanut butter.
With the mouthful of peanut butter.
Yeah. But I woke up hearing that, and I'm like, am I not gonna be able to taste peanut butter anymore?
Oh no.
That was my biggest fear. I'm like,
I think you're back.
this is gonna be awful.
Like that was your first thought.
That was my first
You
thought.
got off the ventilator, not thank God I'm alive. I just made a deal with God. No,
Yeah.
it was peanut butter.
Yeah,
That's
it
funny.
was that was the first
Jif
thing.
peanut butter,
Jif
to be
peanut butter,
exact.
not the nutty kind, the
Not
smooth kind.
this, the smooth Jif.
Yeah.
That's very specific.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, it's very
Hey.
yeah. And so they tried to wake me up. I woke up, my hands were tied to the bed because I had this thing down my throat, and they didn't want me to try to pull it off. So I could not. They would, and I couldn't talk with this thing in my mouth down my throat because it was just impossible. And so I'm so drugged up on all their drugs. I'm very loopy, in and out of it. And they're trying to wake me up and I had to pretty much breathe out the machine before they pulled it off. And that took about 2 days.
Oh man.
And I would be kind of in and out of it, and they would let me write stuff down on a tablet, like untie one hand and let me write. And my wife said it was just scribbles, nothing made sense. Like it was just,
Yeah.
I couldn't. I knew what I wanted to say, but I could not
Mhm.
make it.
Wow. But that would have probably been, I mean, really hard on your wife as well.
Oh,
Sitting
yeah.
there all that time.
She had trauma from it.
Oh, I
afterwards.
imagine.
Oh, I believe
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and trying to think, she. I think the biggest thing for me was just to sleep. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so at nights were the worst because she wasn't there. She proved that I need her because the doctors told her I did better when she was there.
You
It's
know,
crazy.
Yeah.
but that's not so uncommon to hear that, is it? Like
No.
when there's somebody
When you're-
there.
And I think they figured out soon after that, they figured out that patients are recovering from COVID better if they have someone that they know.
Gotcha.
Because
Yeah.
they weren't letting anybody
Yeah.
in before that.
That is.
So
yeah.
that was a blessing
Yes.
to have her there.
Yeah.
That they let. I mean, she was fully gowned and masked up and had to
Mhm.
wear gloves, and it was very uncomfortable. But she did it.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they woke you up finally.
Yeah.
Finally got that ventilator out.
So when they pulled the tube out, like I had to, they said now cough, and they yanked, and I guarantee it, I think was that long. I could feel it like coming up out of.
Nope.
It was nasty. There was like all kinds of like guck on it and whatnot. But then, and I could finally talk. Oh, it was so much fun to talk. And at night they put the full breathing machine on me just so that, or the oxygen mask
Yeah.
on me. It helped me sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But sleeping is impossible in a hospital bed. They're so
Yeah.
uncomfortable. And about after a day, they also pulled. Oh crap! They pulled a something out. They had a tube right in here in my neck. They pulled that thing out, and the sucker was long. I'm like, where did that go? And they said that went straight into your heart. They would put meds straight into my heart.
They drilled a hole through your shoulder into your heart.
Yes.
Oh my
And
goodness.
they stuck that tube down, and they said that's where we put meds straight into your heart.
Our studio audience is losing it.
I'm losing it.
Man.
Bro, they put you on a drill press when I
Yeah. And it was just like a very, very, very thin tube, but they.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
So yeah, and being able my first time, they said you have to be able to walk before you can get out of ICU, and it took 2 nurses to help me get out of bed. I had to use the bathroom, and I was clogged up. They gave me so many laxatives; it was unbelievable.
It's like prepping for your colonoscopy.
Yeah. They cleaned me out, that's for sure. I had to be able to use the toilet before I could get out of ICU. I had to walk, and learning to walk was terrible. I was like jello.
Yeah. I
Nothing.
believe that.
My muscles were gone. So it took me a while to be able to get up on my own 2 feet. One day I got to sit in a chair, and then they moved me out of ICU, and I did not realize that they have a monitor on your heart when you're not in ICU. Me and my wife started making out, and I guess my heart rate jumped sky high.
Did they come running
And
in?
nurses came running in what's wrong?
So funny.
And I'm like, I just got up to use the bathroom and came back. I think that's why my heart rate was up.
We're healing here.
And I'm like, okay, we cannot do that till I have all wires off. This is not.
Caught in
It was
4K.
It was so embarrassing.
That is hilarious.
So
Oh my
So,
goodness.
Okay, well, he's healthy. Send him home.
Yeah. And she was just happy I was alive.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
And so I had to walk. The doctor came in one night or one afternoon and said, well, we can send you home tomorrow. And I was like, why not tonight? I want to get out of here. This is enough. I've had enough, and I want my own bed.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, you got to make 4 laps around the room. You've got to, and you can't stop. You got to go.
Watch me. I'm Usain Bolt.
I made 4 laps around the room, and we got discharged that night.
Nice.
So my
That's
brother-in-law and my sister came up and picked me up.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and it was a Sunday night that we got home. And shout out to my mother-in-law too. She came up from South Carolina and stayed with all her kids the entire time.
Ooh, nice.
That's major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, that just speaks into family pulling together. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. Yeah.
if you don't have family, you're missing such a huge component. And then you look at these kids, they're like the kids that you adopted,
Mm-hmm.
they would have come from a community where almost no family.
yeah.
It
Family's
wouldn't.
not.
Family's
Yeah.
not such a
Yeah.
woven together thing.
Yeah.
And even those communities in themselves, I mean, yes, I'm sure that they find their community, but you don't have the. What am I looking for? You don't have that close connection
Yeah.
or
Well, and the
that.
community stepped in too.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
we joined Mercy Hill in 2016, and we had our church was amazing during
Yeah.
that time, and just the community, the friends we had, people came over to the house and did work,
Uh-huh.
and it was just everybody. I mean, they
Yeah.
didn't ask; they just came over and did it.
Here recently we've talked quite a bit on the podcast about we live in a community, especially with the Anabaptist background.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost venture to say it's unparalleled to the rest of the world is unparalleled to this.
Yeah,
Like, it is
yeah.
very, very difficult to find a community that just comes together
Yeah.
in a place and like in a time in times of need. Like people come together, like
Yeah,
they drop what
yeah,
they're doing and stuff.
yeah.
And
It's
it's
great.
insane.
I
But
mean, it's
yeah.
yeah, and I mean they gave us money. Like
Hmm.
I've never seen checks like come in like that. Just
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That
like
that's insane.
you've been off work, you have bills to pay. We will pay for them.
Yeah.
Somebody paid our rent for like 3 months.
That
Mm-mm.
wow.
I had no clue who it was.
Wow.
My landlord came in and said, "Your rent's been paid for 3 months. Don't worry about it."
That's
And
incredible.
just crazy
man.
stuff like that. And like we were so blessed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what did life after COVID look? Did you come home and you were like all on top of things and everything was smooth and crystal
I
clear to
thought
you?
I
And,
thought
like,
I was.
God was
Mhm.
like, and you had like made this 180 turn during all that time, and like you came home and you were like perfect and
Yeah.
on fire, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
was on fire.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah.
I would say I was good for 6 months.
Okay. How soon did you go back to trucking?
I was home for probably 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think I was off of work for about 6 weeks,
Okay.
and my boss paid me the entire time.
Mm-mm.
Really?
Like he gave me the minimum amount, and he paid me the entire time.
That's crazy. man.
Wow.
Like that. Yeah.
Wow. You know, that is very admirable. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, he was. Yeah, they treated me well.
Mhm. Mhm.
And trying to think, yeah, I was very weak. It sucks sitting at home though.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna get in my truck and go drive around. My mother-in-law told me absolutely not. You're gonna stay at home.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if they took the keys from me or not, but I had no access to anything. I was so tired of just sitting.
Yeah.
It probably went another good week and a half before then I had to get I went into the doctor and he had to clear me to go back to work.
Wow.
So yeah, I was back on the truck. I'd say yeah, I was probably good for 6 months, just on fire,
Mhm.
and then the sexual bondage came back.
Yeah.
Um, and it hit me harder than anything ever before. I was, boy, let me look here.
Because like after that, you know, you were it was probably like riding that high from surviving literally with your life,
Yeah, yeah,
and then you rode that high, but there was nothing there
yeah.
to.
And I kind of forgot about the fact that I told God that you need to get me through this. Like,
Uh-huh.
and for me, it was trying to figure out why I did survive. Because
Gotcha.
so many people lost their life through that time,
Mhm.
and like, why am I here? And I got pretty deep into pornography again and chatting online, and I started taking more over the road loads, just so I wouldn't have to be at home.
Mhm.
And it got real bad, and my wife found out about it, and she said, "Okay, she's tired of this." And I was mean,
Mhm.
like verbal abuse to her. I mean, I would cuss her out for no reason, and just a jerk. Couple of pastors met with me one night in the house, and I literally told the one he can go f himself. I remember that. Um, yeah, I wasn't nice at all.
Mhm.
And I remember texting our lead pastor. Um, he's the nicest guy you can find, but he will tell you exactly the truth. He will not beat around the bush.
Yep.
And I told him to go fly a kite, that he can't change me. I am who I am. It's just the way it's going to be. Trying to think. Yeah, then finally, Katie's cousin, Pat, he's a pastor at Grace. She went and talked to him, and he stepped in, and they helped out with the kids a little bit. We we weren't very close at the time, But he brought all the kids up to the hospital one Sunday afternoon
Okay.
to see Katie. And we kind of got closer through all that. Um, he stepped in, and our pastor Eric stepped in, and we met. And Katie said, "You have to leave. You cannot be here anymore." She said, I'm scared. Like, I don't trust you at all." So I was like, "Where do I go?" Like,
And hearing those words come from the woman you married,
yeah.
like that just had to.
Oh, it ripped me in two.
Yeah.
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 And so I went. Mom and Dad were going that weekend, so I just called them and said, "Hey, I'm going to be staying at the house for a while." Katie kicked me out. And that weekend, Waylon came. He's married to my youngest sister, Hattie. Um, came to me and said that there's a Conquer series at Gospel Haven, that he knows the guy that's in charge of it, and if I'd be willing to go through that. I was like, yeah, whatever, you know. And at the time, I was going. Well, Katie let me come back, so I got kicked out on a Friday. Monday, I went to work. Monday night, we met again,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, and they set up a plan for me to go through some things. I went through some things with Pat, and they said if I do these things, you know. And she said, "You can come home, but you are not getting into bed with me. You are on the couch."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "That's fine. At least I'm at home."
Yeah.
And I felt, you know, that for the kids to understand all this, like what's going on with Dad, like why is he? We we joke about it now. They're like, "Dad, remember when you got kicked out of the house?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do. Don't do
Wow.
that. Don't be like that." Um, and like for me growing up, like sex was never talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not something you discuss as a family. Um, pornography was never talked about, and I love my dad to death, but like, and the older I get, and I have kids, and I've told mom and dad this recently. I said, "You guys did the best you know how.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I'm an idiot if I do,
Mm-hmm.
because as a parent, you are learning everything with kids.
Yeah.
They throw everything at you.
And you don't get a redo.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Hold on, time out, time out. Rewind,
Yeah.
rewind. We're gonna try something different.
Um, and like my boys respond, like I would get mad at them. My temper was terrible. I would yell at them, cuss them out. Just I never physically abused them that I can think of. Um, I might have squeezed their neck a time or two just because I was so mad at them. But they knew which buttons to push
Mm-hmm.
and how to get me riled up, and I mean that's what kids do. They try every angle they can. And so yeah, I was back sleeping on the couch, just went to work. I trucked as much as I could. And then so COVID ruined my lungs. And it still affects me today. Like I can't go running, I can't like go hiking, stuff like that. I
Mm-hmm.
just wear out. And so I was running so hard, getting up at midnight, going trucking all day. I'd come home, sleep all afternoon, evening, get up, do the same thing again.
Yeah.
And trucking, you can get more done at night because there's not traffic. So that's what my excuse was. And I would get as many loads over the road as I could, just to stay away from home because home life was miserable. I
Yeah.
hated it.
Yeah.
And so I had a good excuse to, that's my job. And I would ask for loads over the road. And I tell Katie, well, they're sending me out again, you know. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Which I did. I could have trucked as much local as I wanted to. So I was there long enough that um, I finally got a really nice truck too. I missed that truck. Um, but yeah, I drove myself away from home, and I was still going through stuff with Pat, and it wasn't. I don't know. I would want to say it helped a little bit, but I still had that. I was doing it to get my wife off my back,
Mm-hmm.
and just so she wouldn't bother me anymore.
So-
And then I agreed to go through Contra Series, and it was just another thing that I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Showed up there, didn't know anybody. Yeah, it was just went through that.
Was this the 1 week at Gospel Haven, or was this like?
No, I had
the
never
10
been
week.
to. It was the 10 week
Gotcha.
with Irvin,
Mm-hmm.
and Irvin's a saint.
Oh man.
That guy, he gets many stars in his crown.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
think so
goodness.
too.
Yep. Yep.
Love him to death. He taught that class, and about 2 weeks left, he asked if I would do 7 pillars. I was like, dude, you're crazy. 8 months? I ain't doing that. That's stupid. I don't need that in my life. I'm too busy. And he kept bugging me and bugging me.
During the Conquer series, did you start seeing like a change, or like did you start learning things that made you, think again about the 7 pillars? Like were
No.
you wanting or trying to change?
No,
That
I was
was
not
nothing.
trying to change.
Okay.
I was there to get people off my back.
Gotcha.
It was just, I was still struggling with porn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
the heart was not changed
Yeah.
at all.
But so Irvin kept bugging your ear.
Yeah, he kept bugging me on this. He's like, you should try it. He said, it's good. I was like, finally, I think the last night I said, okay, Irvin, either I punch you in the face and you shut up, or I'll just do it. And I was like, I'll do it, whatever,
Mhm.
And so I met you there.
Yep.
And there was 5 of us to start?
I think there was 5 of us to start, and then one dropped
Then
off.
one dropped off,
out,
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, well, that was with the leader. Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah.
And that there, I think pillar 6 or 7 is when it clicked.
Yeah.
And it changed.
I remember, anyways. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. At the first, in the first part of that series, I was like, dude, this guy is like, it doesn't even seem like he's trying. Like he didn't do his homework.
Yeah.
He did. It was. I was like, what's up with this guy? Why is he even here? But but it's amazing what like a structured community group of brothers like that can do. But yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead, go on.
Yeah. And like pillar 6 or 7 is when it clicked.
Yeah,
And people ask me to explain it, and I say, I can't.
yeah,
I have no idea what happened. Well, yeah, my heart changed.
yeah, yeah.
But like the desire for it just went away.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only by the grace of God that like it changed.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can say.
Because, when you say like, so I mean, obviously, like, okay, God, you could have just like done that, or it could have been, the past probably close to like a year, maybe 8 months or whatever. Like, you had been getting a weekly constant,
Yeah.
steady
Yeah.
flow of input and stuff.
And the guys you have around you have a lot to do with it too.
Mm-hmm.
Because you send out a text message, you got what, 5, 6 guys praying for you.
That's powerful.
It is
like
so
extremely
powerful.
powerful.
And
Yeah.
that's what I said the
Mhm.
hardest thing to do is to send out a text message
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because it shows you're weak.
I know. It's an
And
evidence of
It's an
yes,
embarrassment.
it
Yeah.
is.
But
but actually, I think it's actually, if you send out a text, it's actually a sign of strength. Because if you are admitting your weakness,
yeah,
that is a sign of strength.
well, you feel like you're weak at the
Yes.
time,
Yeah.
and then it's
Well,
strength to be able to do that, and it's
it's
so simple.
yeah.
It is.
It's so
It
simple.
takes 3 seconds.
Yeah.
and it's like the whole concept with just like the kingdom of God, like to be weak or to be strong, you have to be weak. Like
Mhm.
let Jesus do it. Like it's like to win, to have victory in Christ, you got to give yourself up. Like
Yeah.
it just goes right along with it. Like you think you're weak, like on a worldly schedule, you'd be weak.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in the kingdom of God, that's strength because that's Christ through you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, 2 Corinthians, the 8th chapter, pulled that up for us. Therefore, most gladly, I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon
Well,
me.
before that, it said, and he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." That literally
Mhm.
sums
Yes,
up, yeah,
it's
Yeah.
like,
what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah, I
um,
wanted to find it, but
so
this is not my home Bible, so.
so going, so okay, so pillar 6, 7, there's like you started getting the fire, like or
Mhm.
you started seeing,
I started seeing a change,
yeah,
and it's not like I didn't still struggle.
right,
I mean, and then we got our group together, which we joined you guys, the first
yeah,
group. And to have accountability with you guys was like really good.
it
Um,
well, yeah, knowing that you have to come together and like, okay, well,
yeah. If
we're
I screw up, I have to tell these guys.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And like during Conquer Series and Seven Pillars, I screwed up a lot. I
Yeah.
never told anybody.
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh,
I'm like, I'm not telling these guys I screwed up again. Like
yeah,
it was daily.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Like that I'm messing up, and I'm like, these guys are gonna think, what a big loser. He cannot get over this.
yeah,
He'll never get over it.
mm-hmm,
Like I'm not sharing that with it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that sexual bondage does to you is you build walls
yeah,
around yourself,
yeah,
and
isolation, man,
like those walls, that hurts you the most because it's community where you find your freedom.
absolutely,
What's that? There's another Bible verse that says that admit or
confess your sins to
confess
one
your sins to one
another.
another that you may be healed. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Something
not sure what that is. We can get the chat bot on that
we
real
are
quick.
we are very king of partial scriptures
Yes.
and
Yeah.
just like knowing it's in the Bible but not knowing where it
Hey.
is.
That's why
At
we have
least-
our AI chat bot.
Yeah.
At least you know it's there. I mean,
Yep. Yeah. In James 5:16 it says, "Confess your sins to one another and pray for one another that you may be healed." And that, like, growing up, and I don't know about you, but growing up, like, we didn't have that. Like we never taught, like we were never taught that with accountability, or we never seeked it out. But
what one thing our youth group did at Bethel was we made accountability groups when I was like 17 or something like that.
mm-hmm.
It was the biggest joke.
Yeah,
Like I my cousin was in my group, and we both said, like, we talk about it now that we both gone through Conquer Series, and we're like, we were the biggest liars.
yeah, yeah,
We made it look so good,
uh-huh.
and it was terrible.
So, how long were you sort of distant with your wife? Like, maybe not kicked out of the house, but when did that relationship start to
Would
mend?
that have been
That would have
same time?
been like during Seven Pillars. I mean, I would say it was a good year. I mean, we lived together and put on a good front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah, and that's one thing that I do remember is like you started sharing about how you were you started sharing the steps that you were taking to build back that trust that had been broken.
oh
and,
yeah,
and,
it took.
and I think that's when I was like, okay, this guy's on to something, because like he's coming in and you're like sharing this, and it was like, yes.
Every time that so what changed was when I started talking to her how I'm feeling,
Okay.
why I'm feeling like this.
So there, like, so when your heart changed, there was nothing of this, like, just a miraculously burst of light, like,
No.
hitting you, and then you
No.
get up and, like, everything's transformed.
No.
There was a process to go
It was
through.
a process to go
Yeah.
through, and like to gain her trust back was huge. Like
Mhm.
once she told me that, I think I trust you again, or for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
but then I screwed up again. But
Yeah.
I told her,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it broke her heart. She cried, like, and that hurts to see that.
Yeah.
To see your wife crying because you are dumb enough to go back to where you were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that kind of, it broke it again, and it takes time for their hearts to heal.
Yeah.
For her, it took a long time for her heart to heal, because I destroyed the thing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
yeah, saying I was a mean man is not even close to
Yeah.
everything.
So
Yeah.
going from that, you finished up 7 pillars, and you kept accountability in your life. You kept, like, it was obvious, like, you kept on the track.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like, we know that there are ups and downs, especially how they Ted Roberts in the Conquer series, like, just goes on and on about how, like, 2 to 5 years, it
Yeah,
takes time to
takes
get out of
time.
that. But you, and I just it's so funny how you respond to sometimes, like, Irvin just, he was looking for a 7 pillars leader.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were like, nope.
There's no way. When he sent out that text, I read it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. There's no way. Absolutely not. Like, my wall was up. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. And during that time where between he sent out that text and when I told him I'd do it, my wife was telling me, you got to get into something. You got to do something.
Gotcha.
Because if you don't, you're going to go back.
When, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was done.
When did you realize that what you, like, because I think you told me before that, like, you are made, like, you know what you're supposed to do now. You're supposed to help lead men to freedom from
Yes.
sexual bondage.
Yes, definitely.
When did that click for you?
Probably when I told Irvin that I'll do 7 pillars.
So
Gotcha.
you just got done teaching your first 7 pillars course.
We're still doing it.
You're currently teaching.
We're almost ready for the last.
So that's interesting. You told Irvin that you do that, and then after that, you were like, you know what? This is actually maybe what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes.
So would you say
That's
that
interesting. You took that step before you knew.
Yeah.
like your
I love that.
obedience, out of your obedience, you found your purpose?
Yes.
That's incredible.
And you
Praise
don't.
God for that.
Yes, and then you don't hear it that way so often. Like, how
But,
many
like,
people are just
during our 7 pillars, I did write down in my book, because I went back later and looked at it,
okay?
and I did write down that I think my purpose in life is to bring freedom to other guys, but I didn't know how.
You didn't know how, and
I didn't know how that was going to look like,
yeah,
or
that's
what
awesome.
it was going to look like.
That's awesome.
So
That's amazing. I mean, the way God works is like the people that, or I know like, the things that you struggle with, you are the most capable of helping other people with, and
Right.
that's like just the story of God's redemption.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
He will, he can and He will redeem you of the things that you were the deepest in, that you struggled the most with, and He will reverse that and use that to further His kingdom.
Yeah.
And that is, I mean, you're just kicking the
fires
devil.
me up.
It's just like, dude, let's just take.
It's like you could run through a brick wall.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and
Have
just
you
think.
tried? Okay.
No.
Just think of how, like, think of where you were, and you were doing what the world would have thought was like okay.
Yeah.
Like it's fun, it's pleasurable, like it's what the world says is good. Now you're living on God's terms, and I have to think like life is now worth living
Oh yeah, definitely.
because, and it's, I like okay, so I was able to fight my battle before I got married, but you now in your shoes you were able to, so you experienced the worst of marriage, but now you can also experience the best of marriage, and I'm assuming like it probably makes it all the more better because you know of where you were and just how that, oh man, it's
We've been married for 16 years. The
Mhm.
first 15 years were hell.
yeah.
This last year has been amazing.
I mean, praise God.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
That's awesome.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
So, and like, I have 2 boys,
Mm-hmm.
and I know how it is to be a teenager.
Yeah.
And to be able to talk to them about pornography, about masturbation, about just sexual things, I love it.
Yeah.
They get so embarrassed about it. They're like, Dad, come on, we don't want to talk about this. I'm like, no, you are gonna hear it over and over again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, but you need to know these
Yeah.
things because it will destroy you
Yeah.
if
yeah.
you don't.
And if
That's
you're able
awesome.
to communicate that to them, they'll know what to look out for. And,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming that's your whole goal because
Oh yeah,
you can keep them from it, or
Yeah.
you can keep them from being exposed to it, but you can you can hopefully teach them how to react or like
Yeah.
how to respond to
I-
it. Yeah.
Dad had the sex talk with me the day before I got married. I'm like, Dad, I know everything
Yeah.
already.
Mhm.
This is nothing new.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not blaming him for not like
Yeah.
talking to me before
Mhm.
because it was just the way it was.
Yeah.
And you know, my relationship growing up with him was not great.
Yeah.
I blamed him for all my problems.
Yeah.
It was all somebody else. It wasn't my fault. And we just recently, my buddy Chris from Georgia that I was in Thailand with, his dad passed away.
Mm.
And we went to the funeral. And I was kind of dreading. Dad said he'll go with me. I was dreading it. It's like, I'm going to be in a truck with Dad for 12 hours and then 12 hours home.
Yeah.
It was the best road trip I've ever been on.
Are you serious?
I loved it.
So your
Praise the Lord.
relationship with your dad
Well,
now
It
is
was good.
We
oh,
we
man,
can
that's
like
awesome.
what I'm about to say. We can edit out if you don't want this in the podcast. But that night that you shared your testimony, in the public Conquer
Mhm.
series at Gospel Haven,
Yes.
your dad was there,
Mm-hmm.
and he had never ever heard your testimony before.
No.
He had never known, and just seeing you two have a moment afterwards, like
Yeah.
coming up to the front there,
Yeah.
man, I'm almost getting a little misty eyed.
was-
But it
was
just,
good.
I was
It
like,
was good.
this is what it's all about.
It was finally a time where I could be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And
The playing field was level.
yes.
Oh,
And
man.
I've
That's-
taken we've gone out to lunch since then, and I told Dad I don't, like I said, I don't blame you,
Yeah.
and I forgive you. Like I don't hold anything against
Yeah.
you. And I mean he's almost 70, and I'm like I want a relationship with you.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
But that's what the story of Jesus is all about, is restoring relationships,
Yeah.
getting back to that place of healing and connection
Yeah.
with, mainly the Father, but with also with other people, with
Mhm.
their family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
it's not. I'm not saying life is just easy now.
Mhm.
No.
Sure.
I mean, I love my life. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
But it's just. It seems everything is like new. I almost kind of feel young again. My body tells me I'm not.
No, you look young, 'cause I thought you were in your upper 20s, lower
Yeah.
30s. So
Well,
I
that's
wish,
awesome. That's
man.
awesome, man.
yeah, that's
But
a
yeah, I
that's
mean, I still have health problems because of COVID.
Uh-huh.
I'm always gonna have that. My body is deteriorating.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're gonna go strong all the way to the end.
praise Jesus. You
so-
got heaven to look forward
Yeah,
to, man.
exactly.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know I think we've been going well over 2 hours now.
I
So,
think
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It is.
so,
Good grief.
But that's a good place to end right there.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
hey,
Looking
yeah,
forward to
back
heaven.
on track.
Yeah.
Looking
Man.
forward to heaven. Yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah.
Like we have this thing going on at work, and like if if somebody does something dumb or or if we talk about doing something, it's like hello resurrection.
There you go. There
But
you go.
yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, are you? So you, yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
I finally got to know you a little bit more, man.
Yeah, that's
I've heard
good.
a lot of stories from Ian
Yeah.
talking about you, and man, you just got to get to know Zach, and
Yeah.
what an awesome guy he is, and I got to hear your story today,
I don't
man.
think I'm that great.
I
I think he pushes it overboard a little
but no,
But-
it's definitely been a huge blessing having you in my life, and just texting sometimes, and
Yeah.
just I know that I know that there's another guy that's just fired up about this,
bit. Yeah.
like I am. But man,
I
this has
wanna-
been great.
I want to put a pitch in for Conquer Series at Mercy Hill.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely, go for it.
After I'm done with
That's what I was
7
gonna
Pillars.
start on, but I was like, I'll just leave it. But go for it.
Yeah, we are doing Conquer Series at Mercy Hill, and pray, because I feel like this is what I need to do,
Mhm.
and because I know there's a lot of men out there that are just stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had a conversation with Eric not too long ago, and I'm like, if we do this, like, do you have guys? He's like, oh yeah, we have guys that will go through it.
Oh man, praise Jesus.
So it's like,
Show up, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
sign
yeah,
up, put
yeah.
your name down, or raise your hand, do whatever. Just stand up
Yeah.
in the middle of church and scream it. I'm sure
Yeah,
they'll be fine with that.
And we're not. Sexual bondage is a thing of shame, but it's nothing to be ashamed about because we've all been there.
And
Yeah.
there is healing, there is redemption
Yes.
through the name of
Yeah.
Jesus.
And
Yeah.
another thing is, like, go into this knowing that this is like the actual series itself, like, won't be able to save you,
Yeah.
but it helps you. It draws you to Jesus. It does,
Yeah.
and it shows you the truth in Scripture. It shows you the truth who Jesus is. But I think the most important thing is it shows you the truth who God says you are,
Yeah.
and that is
definitely.
just absolutely phenomenal. But
Definitely.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
if I need 7 Pillars leaders after that, I'm coming after you guys.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm gonna pull off an Irvin and say I can't teach that anymore. I need somebody else to do it.
Oh man,
That's fun.
So
sounds like
Yeah.
an interesting conversation yet, but
yeah,
very good.
This has
Yeah.
been fun, man.
Yeah.
This has been
yeah,
great.
definitely.
Hey, we appreciate you very much coming on here and being willing and vulnerable and sharing your testimony,
Well,
man.
once our schedules worked out,
Yeah, yeah, we've been
Yeah.
trying to plan this for
yeah,
For a
months,
while.
a long
but
time.
yeah. Hey,
So
it was good having you, man.
yeah,
Thanks a lot for coming on. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest?
I don't think so.
All right.
I think I'm
Okay.
good.
That's a wrap.
That's
Yep.
a wrap, guys.
Good.